Yes, I'm Jay Wilkinson, and I've been a judge on the Federal Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit since 1984. President Reagan appointed me, and I think more importantly, I'm a father of two children, and just had my first grandchild not so long ago. It's fun for me because when you're working on a case, you're working on something where the canvas is 75% complete, and so you're finishing it. Also, the subject of the case has been chosen for you, and when you're writing a book, you get to choose your own subject. And as I say, you don't have to get that other vote. And so it's the difference between when you're working on a case, you're working within a drawing room and you're working inside. When you're working on a book, you get to gallop over the wide open prairie. You get to be outside. And so I like the two things because each form of writing seems to me to be a relief, a nice change of pace from the other. And, as to what people get from the books, a lot of times they're really going to disagree. They're going to say, I just don't agree with this at all. I'm going to tell him so. And I've gotten an awful lot of letters and reviews and people who just, both with books and opinions, I might add, that said, this is a major goof. And how could you be so stupid? And they're more polite about it as a general matter, but that's what I said. So you're going to get people that just don't agree with the way the case is decided, and they don't agree with the way the thesis that you're having in your book. But ultimately what I want them to come away with is this, which is, okay, you and I may have a vehement disagreement, and that's fair, and that's what this great country is all about. But when 5 o'clock comes and it's quitting hour, I want you to know, and I hope this comes through in the book, that we really tussle with each other all day long, and maybe we're both just a little bit as exhausted. But hey, we're Americans. We're all American citizens. So what do you say? Go down and let's have a beer. Well, I'm embarrassed to admit this. I don't drink beer, but I'd like to go and have a glass of wine, and somebody else can have a beer if that's what makes them happy. And so we'll say, at the end of the day, hey, look, let's not concentrate just on where we have our differences. Let's concentrate on what being Americans has brought us in common. And that's what I hope they get. The biggest satisfaction is, I'm a patriot at heart, and I do get very sentimental about the flag and the Pledge of Allegiance and America the Beautiful, and I can't sing that song without choking up. And so the chance just to play a very small part in public service for the United States of America is all I could have asked for. That's all. I can imagine no greater gift that this country could ever give to me than a chance just to be a part, to be a public servant. that's what I love about it. But at the same time, the source of that love is the source of my greatest fear, because government and civilization is a very fragile thing, and there are a number of threats out there, both armed threats, environmental threats, threats of all sorts, threats of mutual animosity, and it's going to take a good bit of vigilance and dedication to keep this great ship of ours sailing smoothly for the next few centuries. And I worry about the dangers. I worry about the dangers, and I don't think we never know what the future brings. But given the rapid change in technology and the conditions in which we live, it is impossible for me to know whether my children and grandchildren will live the same happy life that I have. And that's what I want. And that's, I think, why everybody devotes their life's effort to, is just making sure that, even if it's not in your immediate family, that what we all want, those of us in public service, is that succeeding generations of Americans be left a great and beautiful country that we've enjoyed. Well, I would say that large journeys begin with very small steps, and the best thing you can do is each and every day is just take that little case in front of you and just understand just how much depends on your giving it your best shot. And I would say, you don't need to look at what you're going to be, where you're going to be 50 years down the road, or what your whole career is going to amount to. It's just a lot of judicial work is a lot of small building blocks, and each building block is a case. And if you do your best on each and every case, I think that larger picture will take care of itself, and you'll be awfully glad you chose to be a judge, and you'll have the same satisfaction that I have.